Hi, all you sake lovers out there. Tonight I'm with all-around great guy Devesh,
Hi guys, nice to be here.
and I'm gonna see if I can switch him on to aged sake.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
So Devesh, I know you're into whiskey.
Yes.
So can you tell me why you like whiskey and what kind of whiskey you like?
So recently I actually have been getting really into the more smoky whiskeys. When I first started drinking whiskey, I focused more towards like maybe Glenmorangie, Glenfiddich, which are very fairly sweet whiskeys that don't have a lot of smoky flavor. And then I started transitioning into Japanese whiskeys.
Okay.
And there I found a I forget the name, but there was a fairly smoky Japanese whiskey that really kind of hooked me. I really enjoyed the flavors.
Does Japanese whiskey tend to be like more smoky than others, or?
Not necessarily. For example, I think my favorite whiskey would probably be Hibiki Harmony, and I wouldn't say that's a smoky whiskey. It's like a sweet, almost citrusy whiskey that has like a caramel quality to it as well, which I really enjoy.
Okay. Well, I know that you've tasted some sake with me since you've been back in Japan.
Yes.
And
yes.
so, can you tell me what you've thought of the sake that you've tasted and what kinds of things you've liked?
Yeah, I really find sake interesting. Just as you know by all the questions I've been asking you about sake, but I really enjoy the fruitier notes of sake. I tend to enjoy sweeter drinks in general, but
Okay.
yeah, there's just so many different flavors that especially pair well with different foods that I never really thought of before, especially with whiskey. Usually I drink whiskey neat
I see.
or just maybe with uh, some ice in it. So
Okay.
it's always interesting seeing how there's so many different flavors of sake that pair with so many different types of food as well.
Okay. Well, tonight we have 4 different varieties of aged sake, all various stages of aging. And we're going to try these and see what we can perceive in them, what we smell, what they taste like. And then we're going to try them with some food that Maruhi has prepared for us. I asked him to make an extra special dish for us tonight.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it.
And then at the end, you get to take home the one that you like best.
Music to my ears.
All right, let's get started. So let's get started with our first one, and this is from brewery. I always have trouble saying the word brewery.
It's a difficult word. Yeah.
A brewery called Tomita Brewery in Shiga, and the brand is Shichihon Yari. It's pretty well known abroad as well. Even though it's a really small brewery, I went there and I was surprised at how famous it is, or well known it is, but how small it is actually.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
And the name Shichihon Yari in English would be Seven Spearmen.
Ooh, okay.
So there was actually a battle that happened in the area, and there were 7 generals that helped Toyotomi Hideyoshi. And so it's named in memory of that.
I see. Okay. Oh, that's cool. I like that.
And this is from 2015, so aged about 7 years, and the name of it is Mu'u. Mu'u, which means mu means no or not, and u or you means have or is, like being.
Okay.
I don't know exactly the reason behind the name, but the mu comes from the fact that it's made with rice that doesn't use agricultural chemicals.
Oh, okay.
So it's not strictly maybe organic because it's not like registered organic, but no. So let's have a taste of it. Right.
Yes.
Give me one of those. Oh, can you hold it?
Yes.
So we can't really show you the color very easily tonight, but first, what do you think of the color of that?
It's like almost like a off-white in a sense, like a little pale yellowish, I would
Okay.
say. Yeah, yeah. There's like a hint of yellow in the color, I would say.
Yeah, it's not too intense, the
No,
color,
no,
right?
I wouldn't say so.
Okay, what do you get out of the smell of that?
It's almost like, do you get mangoes at all?
Mangoes?
Yeah.
Wow, okay, I'm not getting a lot of fruit out of it at all, actually. But you're not wrong. I mean, it's just
Mm.
whatever you. Maybe.
There's like a hint of mango.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, okay, okay.
Yeah, like a really ripe.
Yes. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Mm. It has that almost fermented quality,
Mm.
right?
I'm getting a little like bread.
Yes, the yeastiness of it.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
But it's not overall. It's not very strong.
No,
right?
no.
It's pretty light.
It's pretty light. Yeah, I would
Okay,
say so.
let's give it a taste.
I taste a lot more of that bread. I think that I was smelling a little bit earlier. The aftertaste is a lot different though, at least for me. Are you also I can't-
Different from.
just like the initial taste of it
Oh.
and then the aftertaste? It seems like just having it aerate in my mouth.
Mm.
I feel like it smells and tastes a little bit different than what I originally.
Okay, I'm getting a little bit of sweetness at first,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but then it's very clean and kind of spicy. in the
Yeah,
end.
I get that spicy.
Yeah?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It like the spiciness kind of sits on my tongue a little bit.
Mm. Like it's. I don't think it's actually sweet. It's like one of those things where it's like pretending to be sweet.
Like an almost artificial sweetener type.
Well,
of
no, I mean like it's not actually sweet, but it's kind of perceived as
Yeah,
sweet.
yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, yeah.
Maybe it doesn't have a lot of acidity, but like the spiciness,
Mhm.
like really lingering.
Yeah,
There.
absolutely.
Okay, let's try our second one. Our second one that we're going to taste tonight is from Moritami Brewery in Miyagi. And the brand is Mori Izumi. It's got like a nice
look,
little cat.
that's so cute.
Yeah. So this brewery was really interesting because the owner of the brewery is also the brewer.
Oh.
And
Huh.
I don't know how many years back, but his head brewer just like got old and stopped, like retired
Retired,
basically. And he took over the brewing, and now he just does it as like a hobby kind of thing.
Okay.
So he's
Yeah.
like he does it when he feels like it,
Mhm.
and he also makes pottery.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, so I have one of his cups that he made, but let's try this. While I'm pouring mine, give me your impression of the color of that.
It's similar to the last one where it had that yellowish hue, but I would say this one's a little stronger in the color.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
bright,
Yeah.
like a not exactly yellow, but yellowish, but
Mhm.
bright.
It's almost like a golden hue to it.
Okay, what do you?
Oh wow, this is so different than the last one.
Yeah.
This is a lot more, I would say, savory, right?
Mm.
Has almost like a meaty quality to it. But it's also pretty sweet on the nose as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. It reminds me of something like. Did you ever drink cognac?
Yeah, yeah. It does have that. Yeah, I see what you mean.
Like a fermented grape kind of
Mhm.
thing, like brandy or cognac
Yeah,
or something.
I see what you mean with grapes. It's kind of like wine too in that sense.
Okay, let's give it a taste. Whoa. What?
Yeah, that's crazy.
I was not expecting that. I was not expecting that.
That packs a lot of flavor in that. That was awesome. I like that.
Okay, I'm getting a very specific flavor. What do you get?
Let me. It reminds me of some type of juice. I can't put my name on it though, or my finger on it.
I'm getting lemon.
Lemon, yes.
Like really lemony.
Especially on right at the beginning. It's a really lemony flavor, yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
But that is not like the. Now I can kind of smell it. Now that I've tasted it, but the aroma really misled me as to what it was
It's
going to taste like.
totally different. It's a lot sweeter too than I would have thought it would have been.
Okay,
Yeah.
but it has a little bit of tang, like acidity in it as well.
I think that would really helps with the lemon. Like what makes me think of lemon too.
I have never had anything like this. This is very, very
No,
interesting.
absolutely same. Yeah.
Okay, let's try a third one. This is a kind of difficult to pronounce brand. This is Izutsucho. Izutsucho, which means kind of like guardian of the well of life or the waters of life.
Dang.
Yeah. And this is a daiginjo.
Daikinjo. Okay.
So it's been polished to, the others were like 60% the rice was polished, but this is 39%.
Oh, okay.
So daiginjo is anything 50% and lower, but this is even lower than that. And it's not a junmai. The others were junmai, which means they just have rice, but this has a little bit of brewing alcohol added right at the end.
Oh, okay.
To kind of draw out the flavors from the mash.
Oh, okay.
And also to give it a little bit more lightness. Sorry, I forgot to say this one was 6 years old. Okay. And this one is this one is from 2014.
Okay. 8 years.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, 8 years.
Yeah.
Oh no.
And it's got a really interesting, it's got this tag on it, and it's got like things that happened in 2014. So
interesting.
like things that happened if we forgot. There was a giant snowstorm in the Kanto area in February, which I remember. That was really bad actually. 3 Japanese people got Nobel Prizes that year.
Oh,
cool. It was the World Cup that year. But Japan got kicked out in the group league tournament. And then like ISIS was taking over the Middle East in that year. So
I mean that's a
random facts from 2014. Anyway, the brewery is Kurosawa Brewery, and this is in Nagano. So let's see what we get out of this.
Oh, this one has like no color, I would say. Yeah, it's almost completely like water.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Aromas.
It's almost like bubble gum.
That's what I said earlier today. Oh my god. That's crazy. When I when I tasted this earlier today, I was like, what the heck? Bubblegum.
It's like Hubba Bubba, if you were
but in a good way.
Yes,
in a good way.
absolutely.
Like it's not like overpowering.
No,
it's just like that. Like
it's just that's what it
brings back the childhood memories. Yeah.
super clean. Like there's no spiciness like the first one, or
Yeah, it like there's like the initial kind of rush of the. It's pretty sweet.
yeah, I would say
think.
yeah.
And um, like the flavor,
Mhm.
and then it just poof, kind of
Yeah,
like
it does. There's no like lingering aftertaste, at least that I'm getting.
I mean, there is a little bit,
Yeah,
but in comparison
yeah,
to
it's not
to
as
what we had with the others.
yeah. That's crazy though how much it smells like bubblegum to me.
Yeah. Bubblegum and some kind of fruit.
Yeah.
I'm not really, maybe grape. Oh, you get apple?
Maybe apple.
Oh, yeah. Like a kind of cider.
Yes, yeah.
Hmm.
A bubblegum cider.
Okay, interesting. And our last one is, yeah,
That's big.
big old one. Because it was only available in this bottle. I forget, sorry, I forget the name of this brewery, so I have to look. Oh, this is from Yoshimura Hideo Brewery in Wakayama. And what's interesting about this is that it's actually been aged for 20 years
Oh, interesting.
at ambient temperature. So some of these, like I think this one was aged, like kept cool and aged.
Okay.
But this one was just like left in the brewery at ambient temperature, like in the tank.
Okay.
And then they bottle it, like they pull it off from that when they bottle it. So it's a very interesting color. I'll pick that up.
Yes.
So 20 years. How old were you 20 years ago?
I was 4 years old.
Okay.
And oh, whoa, this looks like whiskey almost.
Sorry, can you hold this one for me?
Yes.
Because I can't like get this down.
Yeah, it has it's like amber.
Yeah.
Completely like a whiskey. Oh, interesting. It's very super savory. And it reminds me of something. I don't know. I can't put my finger on it.
Can I go?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm getting caramel, chocolate, milk chocolate.
It's almost like milk chocolate and raisins.
Yeah, raisins I get. And also, it like just went away when I was trying to think of it. Smoke. I'm getting a little bit of smoke.
I would say so. There's like a saltiness to it as well.
So that was what it was. Miso.
Oh,
It reminds me a little bit of
yeah,
miso as
yeah,
well.
absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, huh. That's not what I was expecting.
Yeah.
There was a completely new flavor that came out. for
What is
me.
it?
It's like a
What is that?
I don't know. I can't.
I'm getting a little bit of chocolate,
Yes, I see what you mean with the chocolate now.
brown sugar.
Yeah. There's almost molasses, especially at the end.
Butter.
Oh, you know that you reminded me exactly of what I was thinking of. So there's a shop, Inagia, that they were selling these butter cookies from Hokkaido, and it was like white chocolate, raisins, and the biscuits. That's almost exactly what this reminds
Oh,
me
okay.
of.
Yeah. And like the rum raisin. in
Right,
it.
yes,
Yeah.
that's what
Okay.
it was.
All
Rum
right.
raisin.
Wow. interesting. All of these were really interesting. Don't you
Yeah,
think?
yeah, totally, yeah.
Okay, like right now, before we eat anything, which one of these like kind of stood out for you?
The one that stood out the most was probably the third one, the one that smelled like bubblegum, just because I haven't encountered anything like that before.
I think it's unexpected for like an aged sake
Right,
to be
yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
that fruity and that clean. It's
Yeah.
not like the image I think that people have. The one that stood out for me was the second one, the Morikami, just because I have never had anything like this. Like just I want to see how that tastes with
Yeah.
like food. So let's have a look at what kind of appetizers Maruhi has prepared for us.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so let's talk about what things we thought went well with the different sake here. So how about the first one? What did you think about that?
Yeah, what was really interesting to me was that the first one was very not abrasive. It didn't really clash with a lot of it, so I found that it matched well with almost everything. It was almost like a jack of all trades, master of none type of situation for me.
Okay, yeah. It doesn't have a really strong flavor of its own compared to the other ones, so I think it could pair well with a variety of
Yeah,
things.
absolutely.
Okay. I thought the kind of, for the second one, the kind of acidity of it and the lemony kind of flavor sometimes interfered with things.
I would say so.
But it was interesting to me that it actually went well with the sweet potato. And I think why it did is because it kind of balanced the sweetness of the sweet potato.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
So that was interesting to me. I think you were going to talk about the third one.
Yeah, so the third one, I really liked that with the cream cheese, I believe. Yeah, it was. I think the overall texture of the cream cheese and the taste of it really paired well with the sweetness that came from the third one.
Okay.
And I thought that was a really good match together.
Yeah, I also think it went well with the shiroko and the kazunoko. So, like, I was surprised by that because I didn't think the bubblegummy kind of sweet
exactly.
would match with the fishy kind of things, but it actually worked well, so that was interesting. I think the lightness of it helped.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
It kind of like cleared away the heaviness of those flavors. And for me, this was a little bit difficult to pair for me. Just because it had such its own strong flavor. But what really got me was the texture of it. It was kind of thick.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think it worked well with something with a similar texture. So the ankimo, the fish liver, it went really well with that because the creamy kind of texture
absolutely.
kind of worked with the like thicker kind of texture.
Yeah, I would agree with that, yeah.
Okay, well, let's look at our main dish. For our main dish tonight, we have a special request that I made because you actually can't eat beef or pork.
Yeah, no red meat for me.
Yeah, and it's not anything religious or
No,
anything.
it's actually just an allergy I have. Yeah,
interesting. So I requested a chicken breast and kind of sautéed in brown sugar and butter. So we'll see what this goes well with.
It smells fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Saiko! Saiko! Oishii desu. Okay, so let's talk about what we think went well with the main dish. First of all, I just have to say it was fantastic.
It was so good.
So good. Amazing. Tencho was just amazing job here. Wow. You know how chicken breast can sometimes get kind of tough
Yeah, it can
and
get really
hard,
yeah.
but it was so tender, so flavorful. He kind of did a secret little thing, which I'm not going to share with you. So, which of the four aged sake do you think went best with it?
So I think the fourth one went the best with the chicken, just because, as I mentioned before, the fourth one had a sort of meatiness or savoriness to it, and I think that paired really well with the chicken. And also, there were some sweet notes like the molasses, the raisin, the rum raisin, and that paired really well with the marinade that was cooked along with the chicken.
Yeah, yeah, that sauce was kind of a brown sugar and butter sauce, and I think it really complemented the flavors that were in this, which were kind of brown sugar and butter. I think the first one was okay with
Yeah,
it
yeah,
as well.
absolutely, yeah.
Just because, as we talked about, the first one, the shichihonyari, I think is easy to pair with a lot of different things.
Yeah, absolutely.
The second one just is really interesting and special. The lemoniness of it is really interesting, but takes a little bit more care.
I would
in
say so.
pairing.
Yeah, yeah. Since the flavor is so unique, it's a little bit harder to find good pairs with it. I would say so.
I might even it's so lemony. I might try it on ice sometime.
Oh, interesting.
You know,
Yeah, yeah,
just
yeah.
on its own, on the rocks, might be satisfying enough.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
The third one, I think. Well, what did you think of it?
So, with the dish, there were some sides along that came with it. So there were some vegetables like carrots and broccoli, and I think the third one paired really well with the carrots, just because the carrots overall have a natural sweetness to it, but when paired with the black sugar or the brown sugar, the black pepper, I think it paired really well with the overall sweetness in the third one.
Okay, so the sweetness was kind of
Yeah,
matching.
yeah.
Okay, interesting. And the third one, I think it was a little difficult to pair with some of the things in the appetizers, but the overall savoriness and the kind of richness of it went well with the chicken. We also discovered that this one has 19% alcohol, and the others are more like 16.
Right.
So we discovered that just adding a little bit of water to that really kind of opened it up, changed the texture, made it a little bit lighter. So it's actually something that maybe you could play around with as far as
I would say so,
how
yeah.
you drink it, like on the rocks or water or even hot water in the winter or cold season.
Yeah.
Might be interesting. Okay, so now is the moment of truth. First of all, did I switch you on to aged sake?
I would say so. There are a lot of interesting flavors with aged sake, and it would just be super cool to be able to explore more of it. So I would say so. Yeah.
Yeah, if you're interested in exploring more about aged sake, a great place to go in Tokyo is Inishie Liquor Store, which is in Shinagawa. That's where I got this one, and they have lots of other sake that you can taste everything there for a charge. And they only take electronic payments, so that's something to keep in mind. You have to pay with a credit card
Right.
or other electronic things. But a great place to go if you want to explore aged sake more. So, which one are you going to take home, do you think?
It's a good question. I'm very indecisive in general, so should I just go with the biggest one? No, I can't. I don't know. I was really surprised by the third one, so I might have to go with that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, not the winner, but the one that he's taking home is the Izutsucho Daiginjo. And I hope you enjoy pairing it with some other things.
Yeah,
And you can
absolutely.
practice your Japanese and,
Right, yeah.
and do other things that happened in 2014. So I hope we've given you some insight into aged sake, how you can drink it, and what you might eat it with. So keep exploring sake and keep an eye out for my next video.